No matter the role, the work of an Ingalls shipbuilder is both complex and inspiring. For 85 years, the world-class shipbuilders at Ingalls Shipbuilding have designed, built, and maintained amphibious ships, destroyers, and cutters for the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard. Welcome to Inside Ingalls, a podcast that dives deep into the stories and perspectives of those who shape our legacy. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Ingalls. We have an extremely special episode happening today, but before I introduce our guest, I would love to talk to you about Anchor Apparel. Anchor Apparel is our shipyard logo store where you can get all your branded items at cost. Ingalls doesn't make a penny off these things. So make sure you go to Anchor Apparel next to Payroll and Admin 3 and get all the branded swag you want. They have clothes, and they also have lunch boxes like this. Having a sandwich, maybe you're eating some cold pizza, goes great in this lunchbox. We'd love to see you in there and get your lunchbox today. Now back to our guest. Today we have Chris Helton. Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Katie.
Of course. So first, it might be shorter for me to ask you what you don't do at the shipyard, but tell us, what do you do at Ingalls Shipbuilding?
So currently I'm Director of Manufacturing, and I have the distinguished honor to lead about 2,000 of our shipbuilders for our second and third shifts out here at the shipyard. So all ships, all craft, second and third shift out here at the shipyard.
Wow, 2,000. What does a typical day look like?
So typical day, start to roll in around 10 o'clock in the morning, start talking with the other directors, start having some of the meetings on cost and phase, and really what do we need to do this week, right? Really, what are the objectives that we need to accomplish this week alone? And then how did we perform last week? Then we'll start having meetings and ship walks with the second shift crews, right? And it's really breaking it out, safety walks, talking with our craftsmen and women. Have you been hydrating enough today? It's so hot during the summertime, so we spend a lot of focus on, are you drinking enough? Are you taking enough breaks? Do we have proper ventilation? And then when it starts toward the evening times, then we'll start talking about progress and bill count, and we'll start going through what did we actually accomplish today, start documenting that through, and then trying to get a good plan together for tomorrow.
That's right. And just keeping us on track and having those conversations with the people on the deck plate, doing what they're doing every single day and assisting them and, supporting in however we can.
It is. It's incredible to see the people that we've had that's gravitated to second shift, because a lot of times, and I get it, it can be a weird shift, and people go, oh man, it's second shift. But there's a lot of perks to being on second shift, and mainly it's a lot less congested. So you can imagine working in the passageways or working in engine rooms and getting down into the ship. When you only have 2,000 people here on second shift compared to about 8,000 people on first shift, it's just kind of a little more liberating. It just feels a little cleaner to go through.
Sure. It's just something different.
It is.
And then once you get in there, you're like, you know what? This actually ain't that bad.
Kind of like
Not that bad. How long have you been at Ingalls?
So coming up very shortly, it'll be 33 years.
33 years.
Yes.
33 years of being a world-class shipbuilder.
Absolutely. I didn't know it'd start that way. I started as an electrical apprentice, and starting in August, right? August 19th, I started out in the open bays. We didn't have the rolling covers that we have now, so had the open bays, and I really kind of questioned, is this the job for me? I mean, it's hot, and I wasn't used to heavy manufacturing, kind of a lot like our new employees today,
right.
That might be new to heavy manufacturing right off the bat. But kind of made through that first summer. I had some really good people, they were motivating. They kept me safe. They kept me how to actually work in the heat. And then once you get a little bit accustomed to it, then it wasn't so bad. But that's where the route started 33 years ago. And I'm going to tell you, it's been just a wonderful ride ever since.
Thank you for tuning in to part 1 of Inside Ingalls featuring Chris Helton. Stay tuned for part 2, where we dive into the ships that Chris has worked on and the impact Ingalls has had on his life and his career.